Hey LS11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome to the third annual SummerSlam. Should all go well, the final pay-per-view on WWE 2K19. But if the gameplay is to go off of, maybe not. We are here at the third annual SummerSlam. I apologize, Ray Wood had to call in sick tonight. He was unable to make it. Well wishes being sent to Ray, who's feeling a bit under the weather on the day this needed to be recorded. We are here tonight for the third annual SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be starting the show off with the Intercontinental... Hang on a minute. We were supposed to be starting tonight off with the Intercontinental Championship, but ladies and gentlemen, here comes the World Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Gargano, to the ring. Not quite sure what Gargano's got going on here, but Johnny Gargano... He is set for action later tonight against Seth Rollins. These two are supposed to have a matchup. Looking at my run sheet here, they're not supposed to compete until later tonight around the halfway point of the card. But Johnny Gargano storming to the ring right now. Gargano with the world title in hand. His wife, Candice LeRae, the SmackDown Women's Champion, by his side. Johnny Gargano is here. Well, Johnny Gargano has called for a microphone. He's asked for a mic. He is demanding to speak to the LS11 Universe right now. So what's going on?
No. Hell no. Hell no. I will not be a middle of the card world champion. If I don't get to main event the biggest show since I've become world champion, then I ain't sticking around in this shithole of a city any longer than I have to. Seth Rollins, get your ass out here. We're doing this right now.
Well, Gargano's laid down the challenge, and it appears Seth Rollins is here to accept it. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the King Slayer, Seth Rollins. He's looking to burn down the way tonight. He's already caused Rampage Brown and Indy Hartwell to be banned from ringside. Rollins with a bit of a throwback attire tonight, the white and gold attire, my favorite Seth Rollins special attire. Rollins making his way to the ring tonight. Many believe that tonight is the night that Seth Rollins achieves what he has called his destiny of becoming the first ever two-time world champion in LS11 Universe. Rollins is marching to the ring right now, head full of steam. I guess Rollins is more than prepared to start the show off rather than waiting. So Seth Rollins complying with the orders of Gargano to have their matchup right here, right now. Rollins storms the ring. This crowd is loving it. A huge ovation. SmackDown Savior, as some have dubbed him. The man who calls himself the King Slayer. Seth Rollins, he's promised a surprise tonight as well. So I hope that maybe Gargano swapping around the order of the card tonight didn't mess with that surprise too much, as Seth Rollins makes his way to the ring. As I've said, many believe that tonight is the night that Seth Rollins is going to reclaim the World Championship that he lost all the way back in Season 1 at SummerSlam. It's been 2 full years since Rollins was a champion. A singles champion, anyway.
No. Hang on a minute before you ring that bell, because, Jonathan, if you remember, yesterday I told you I had a bit of a surprise for you. You know, I promised I'd have a surprise, and, well, I think it's a good time to reveal it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Special Enforcer for this matchup.
The what now?
Oh!
Oh my God! The man is back for the first time in a year. Becky Lynch is here. She is the Special Enforcer for Seth Rollins tonight. Many have said since the Rollins and Gargano blood feud started the week after WrestleMania, Seth Rollins was going to need some backup to contend with Candice LeRae, and that the man's man has come around. Becky Lynch is back in LS11 Universe for the first time since SummerSlam last year. The former Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, is here. She looks right out at Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Rollins has got his back up to contend with the Way. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch united tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the challenger from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, the Kingslayer, Seth Rollins. And his opponent from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 200 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano and Seth freaking Rollins are gonna go one-on-one right here, right now. It's the opening contest of SummerSlam. It's a big fight feel. The man, Becky Lynch, is back as well. This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest match in LS11 Universe history. The biggest match in SummerSlam history for LS11 Universe. Here we go! Gargano firing web. Rollins answers back with a right hook, and now Gargano kicks him in the ribs. Johnny Gargano now runs in. Rollins kicks out the knee. Seth Rollins goes for a right hook. Gargano counters. Now Johnny Gargano went for an enziguri. Seth Rollins, enziguri of his own. Rollins and Gargano are such similar men when it comes to how they wrestle in this ring. Seth Rollins with a forearm strike, and again, Rollins knocking back Gargano. Seth Rollins, no, Gargano kicks at the knee of the Kingslayer, and now Rollins grabbed by Gargano, who slams him in the corner. Johnny with a chop. Johnny Gargano now with another chop to Seth Rollins, and again, Johnny Gargano now with a kick to Seth Rollins, taking him down with these kicks. Down he goes again. Johnny Gargano keeping it coming. Seth Rollins is down as Johnny Gargano grabs the leg, and Gargano takes out the leg of Seth Rollins. Gargano getting fired up now, and Johnny Gargano goes for a kick to the ribs. Seth Rollins rolls out of the way. Now Rollins firing away on the world champion. Seth Rollins knocking him back towards the corner. Rollins, whoa, knee into the back. A backbreaker from Seth Rollins, who now hits a standing moonsault. Very impressive from Rollins. As now Rollins getting Gargano back up to his feet. Springboard, oh, crashes and burns. Rollins rolling out of the ring, and Becky Lynch there to make sure that nobody's going to get in the way. Rollins and Lynch just giving each other a bit of a nod there. As now Seth Rollins right hook connects. And Seth Rollins, springboard, went for a knee. Nobody home. Gargano out of the way. Rollins grabs him, and now Seth Rollins with a Northern Lights takes down Gargano into a cover. One, no. Johnny Gargano getting the shoulder up at one. Seth Rollins has him down again now, and Rollins picking Gargano back up to his feet. Seth Rollins with a punch to the gut. And again, no. Gargano brings his knee into the ribs. Johnny Gargano with a right hook again. Grabs Rollins. Now Gargano's got him up. He's got him in the lawn dart position now. And now Rollins managed to slip three. Fleet chop block. A chop block from Seth Rollins. Right hook connect now and went for another chop. Gargano went for a spinning wheel kick. Rollins counters. And now Seth Rollins. Oh, Gargano with a cutter. A big cutter from Johnny Gargano there. He picks Seth Rollins back up to his feet. And now Gargano puts Rollins in the corner. Seth Rollins turned around by Gargano, and Johnny Gargano grabs Rollins. Here we go. Now Gargano gonna go for lawn dart to Seth Rollins. Gargano with the lawn dart into a cover. 1, 2. Seth Rollins getting the shoulders up in the last second. Gargano now telling Rollins to get up to his feet. What is Johnny Gargano thinking here? Gargano. Oh, Rollins with a knee into the ribs. Seth Rollins now grabbing Johnny Gargano, and Rollins picks him up, and small package takes him down. A small package suplex. He didn't go for a pin, though. And now Rollins standing over Gargano, kicks him in the waist. Kicking him in the ribs is Rollins. He goes to grab Gargano, but Johnny fighting back. Knocking back Seth Rollins. They collide. Rollins went for a knee strike. Gargano knocking him back. Rollins firing away. Spinning wheel kick to the back of Gargano now. Seth Rollins gets caught. Gargano scoops him up. Gargano, Michinoku driver into a cover. 1, 2, no. Kick out from Rollins, who kicks up to his feet. And now Seth Rollins forearm. into another. And now Seth Rollins, Sling Blade. And now Seth going up to the top rope. Seth Rollins up top, and Rollins looking for Frog Splash. Covers Gargano. 1, 2. No. Johnny Gargano gets the shoulder up at 2. What is Seth Rollins going to do now? Rollins with another standing moonsault connects to Johnny Gargano. Rollins picking Gargano back up to his feet, and Seth Rollins jabs him in the ribs. No. Gargano punches him in the gut. Johnny Gargano now with Seth Rollins. Throws him into the corner. Gargano grabs Rollins, swinging him around now. What is Johnny thinking here? Johnny Gargano, he's been no stranger to underhanded tactics as of his time with the World Championship. He lawn darts Rollins into the corner again. And now Johnny into another cover. Johnny Gargano. 1, 2. Seth Rollins gets the shoulders up again. And now Gargano standing over Rollins. What's Gargano thinking now? Johnny Gargano into the corner. Here we go. Gargano looking for the kneeling super kick. Good night, Rollins. 1, 2. No! Seth Rollins gets the shoulders up. Gargano telling him to get back up to his feet. Now Gargano with a right hook. And Gargano double axe handle. Into another. Johnny Gargano now. Whoa, Rollins! Turned him inside out on that one, it felt like. And now Gargano's staggering. Rollins is stalking him. And Seth Rollins tells him to turn around. Rollins kicks him in the ribs. Here we go! Rollins! Curb stomp! Cover! For the title. 1, 2. No! And notice Candice LeRae was not interfering that time like she did at Backlash a few months ago, because this time she knew who would be right there if she tried to get involved. As now Gargano turns Rollins around. Gargano with a drop kick to the back. And now Johnny Gargano went for an enziguri. Rollins out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, we're finally, between these two, are going to find out who the best man really is. As now Rollins drags Gargano to the center of the ring into another standing moonsault connects. Rollins picking Gargano back up to his feet. Seth Rollins, forearm strike, and a chop. And again, Rollins tries to fire back. Gargano counters. Gargano went for a back body drop. Rollins turns it into a bulldog. And now Seth Rollins picking Johnny Gargano back up to his feet, kicks him in the ribs. There's a chop attempt. And now Rollins with another chop. Gargano staggers. Rollins pulls him in. Rollins, facebuster. Cover. 1, 2. No. Gargano kicks out. Seth Rollins taking down Johnny Gargano. And now what's Rollins thinking here? He picks Gargano back up to his feet. Seth Rollins with a spinning wheel kick connects. Johnny Gargano in trouble. Seth Rollins into the corner now. Gargano with a huge uppercut. And now Gargano covers Rollins for the retention. 1. No. Rollins getting the shoulders up. Johnny Gargano now with a drop kick into the back of Seth Rollins. Gargano turning him over. Gargano covers Rollins. Johnny Gargano for the win. 1, 2. No! Seth Rollins kicks out. And now Gargano, what's he thinking here? Johnny Gargano grabs Rollins. Gargano working over the neck. Becky Lynch and Candice LeRae each watching on from their side of the ring. As Gargano taking down Rollins. Johnny Gargano getting fired up, and now Johnny grabs Seth Rollins, sets him up, and now Johnny Gargano working over the neck of Seth Rollins. Gargano's got the neck of Rollins. Johnny Gargano now takes him down. Gargano taking Rollins back up to his feet again. Johnny, right hook connects. Gargano, full Nelson, hops him up, and drives Rollins into the mat. Gargano into a cover on Rollins. 1. No! Seth Rollins, shoulder up at 1. Now what's Gargano thinking here? Springboard moonsault, nobody home. Seth Rollins goes to the outside. Springboard, knee, nobody home. Rollins tweaks the knee. Rollins landed hard on that surgically repaired knee. Gargano escape. One miscalculation on the part of Rollins. It could be all over. It could be over. Johnny Gargano's about to keep the World Championship clean as a sheet. Seth Rollins is writhing in pain. Rollins, knee to the back of the neck. Punches him in the face. And now Now Rollins back to his feet. Rollins kicks him in the ribs. Here we go. Into a second. Curb stomp. Cover. 1, 2, no! Gargano somehow, some way, found a way to kick out. Rollins now with an elbow into a second. Rollins again off the ropes. Another elbow, but Gargano ducks out of the ring and Becky Lynch tells him to get his ass back in there. Neck breaker. Becky Lynch was going to make sure Gargano didn't take a count-out victory there, or a count-out loss there, excuse me. Now he throws Rollins in the corner. Wait for the Uranagi. Seth Rollins with a Uranagi to Gargano. Gargano now jawbreaker. And Johnny Gargano grabs Rollins, scoops him up, scoop slam, taking him down. And now Johnny Gargano grabs Rollins, sits him back up in the seated position. Working over the neck now is Johnny Gargano. Seth Rollins is down. Is he out? Gargano takes him down. And then Johnny Gargano turning Rollins over. Gargano. Oh, I thought he was going to look for another Gargano escape, but this time he grabs the arm. And Gargano snapping the arm of Rollins into the mat. Seth Rollins goes down. Gargano grabbing Rollins. And now Rollins knee strike to Gargano. Johnny Gargano in trouble. Seth Rollins. Oh, Gargano rolls onto the bottom rope. But Gargano pulling himself back up on the apron. Seth Rollins hits the rope, stomps the foot of Gargano and punches him to the outside. Oh, that is vintage Rollins right there with that pose. Shoutouts to his days back as the NXT champion in 2012. Seth Rollins telling Gargano to get back up. Here we go. Rollins dives out onto Gargano before Gargano has a chance to get back in the ring. And now Gargano picked back up. Rollins throws him back into the ring. And now Seth Rollins going up to the top rope. Seth Rollins up high. Rollins, frog splash. Kicks Gargano in the ribs. And now Rollins picks Gargano up. There's a chop attempt. Gargano blocks it with a punch to the face. Clotheslines him out of the ring. Candice LeRae now mocking Rollins on the outside. Becky Lynch can't do anything about it. She can't leave her corner. Otherwise, she risks Seth Rollins getting disqualified. And now Gargano dives to the outside with a punch to Rollins. Johnny Gargano now picking Seth Rollins back up to his feet. And Gargano grabs Rollins, who throws him back into the ring. Rollins follows Gargano back in. Seth Rollins, whoa, crucifix. Center of the ring. 1, 2, no, nearly got him. And now Seth Rollins, forearm strike to Gargano. Gargano staggering. Rollins screams in his face as Gargano throws him in the corner. Johnny Gargano grabs him, going for another lawn dart is Gargano. Lawn dart to Rollins. Now Johnny Gargano into a cover on Seth Rollins. Gargano 1, 2, no! Seth Rollins gets the shoulder up. Gargano now, what's he thinking here? He's telling Rollins, get up again. Gargano might be looking to set up another Gargano escape. Oh, Rollins, DDT! Planting Gargano, spiking him on his head. And now Seth Rollins. Gargano is down. Rollins. Gargano's trying to get up. Curb stomp! A third curb stomp to Gargano. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. We enter the new era of Friday Night Rollins. Seth Rollins defeats Johnny Gargano, ends the reign of Gargano, ends the tyranny over SmackDown. Your winner and the first ever two-time World Champion in the LS11 Universe, the King Slayer, Seth freaking Rollins. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, it's time for the Intercontinental Championship. The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the Intercontinental. Oh my god. Well, it's just one return after another tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been rumors circulating all month that it was gonna happen. It was teased when the image was made, when the graphic was made for this matchup, but now it's time. We're in the end game now. because the leader of Fight Factory, Finn Balor, has brought forth his alter ego. The war paint has been applied, and rising at SummerSlam is the Demon. Finn Balor embracing his inner demon tonight. Balor looks like the demon almost infecting him like a venomous symbiote. If you know, you know. Balor making his way to the ring. The Prince of Friday Night. Finn Balor, former WWE champion. The Demon rising at SummerSlam. It's been 1 year since Balor held gold, and tonight he looks to win the Intercontinental title for the first time in his LS11 Universe career. But ladies and gentlemen, the Intercontinental Champion, Ricochet. The one and only, the Intercontinental Champion making his way to the ring. Ricochet, ready to battle the Demon tonight. I feel like Ricochet watches enough. You know, Ricochet's attire sometimes inspired by anime. I feel like out of all the anime he watches, there's got to be one that teaches you how to fight demons. I don't know. Not a big anime guy personally, but all the power to people that do enjoy it. Ricochet, the one and only, the Intercontinental Champion, looking to defy the odds as he has ever since he arrived to Friday Night SmackDown earlier this season. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Introducing first the challenger from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 207 pounds, Finn Balor. And introducing his opponent from Brewing, Kentucky, weighing in at 204 pounds, he is the Intercontinental Champion, the one and only Ricochet.
Ricochet hands over the Intercontinental Championship. Ricochet and Balor. It's going to be a hell of a SummerSlam battle. Without any further ado, here we go. Oh, Balor was waiting for Ricochet to come to him. Forearm strike immediately, taking down Ricochet. Balor off the ropes. Whoa, Ricochet caught him into a German. Ricochet, he's seen how dominant the Demon can be as Balor, it looked like he was being exercised there for a moment. Doing some sit-ups or something. But now Balor with a chop to Ricochet. Balor, Pele kick to the one and only. Now Finn goes for a kick. Ricochet sweeps the leg. Now Ricochet kicks Balor. No, Balor catching the leg of Ricochet. Finn Balor taking him down. Now Balor kicks Ricochet in the ribs. Finn Balor. Oh, punching Ricochet in the face now, taking him down. Finn Balor stomping him. Balor dominating the early moments of this matchup. Ricochet just trying to get his wits about him as Balor crashes and burns. Ricochet picks him up now. Ricochet goes for a DDT on the outside. Balor fighting back. Finn Balor fights back, and Ricochet, oh, thrown ribs first into the corner of the announce table. That's gotta hurt. Now Balor, big drop kick to the face of the seated Ricochet. Balor now picking Ricochet back up to his feet, throws him back into the ring. Finn Balor's got him down. Balor picking Ricochet back up to his feet. Right hook connect. There's a jab now. Balor, spinning wheel kick to Ricochet. Balor, no, Ricochet throws him into the corner. Ricochet grabs Finn Balor, and Ricochet off the ropes. Hurricane Rana to Finn Balor. Ricochet with a kick now to Balor. Ricochet, Dragon Sleeper is in. A Dragon Sleeper from Ricochet. Balor kneeing him in the face. And Balor now grabs Ricochet. Elbow to the back of the neck. And now Finn grabs Ricochet with another forearm. Balor. Oh, Ricochet's got him up on his shoulders now, and Ricochet. Whoa, Balor lands it into another Pele kick. It has been all Balor for the most part. Ricochet gets some flurries of offense in, but Balor has had him well scouted all night. Oh no. Ricochet staggers in the corner. Here comes the Demon. Balor with a chop. Takes him down off the ropes. Drop kick. Finn Balor absolutely dominant at the moment as he picks up Ricochet to his feet, and Balor pulls him up on his shoulders now, and Balor, oh, a gut check to Ricochet, who goes down in the heat, and now Finn Balor goes for another kick. Ricochet's caught him now. Ricochet, Northern Lights, backflips into, oh, goes for a brain buster, but Balor catches him again. Balor scoops Ricochet up on his shoulders again. Another gut check to Ricochet. Balor now picking him back up to his feet, and Finn Balor grabbing Ricochet, throws him into the corner. Balor grabs Ricochet. Here we go. Finn Balor goes across the ring into the corner for hesitation drop kick. Takes down Ricochet. Balor going up to the top rope. Finn Balor signals at the end, says the championship is his. The coup de grace. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Just like that, we have a new Intercontinental Champion. And he's a demon. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor. Finn Balor gets the win. We got more coming up next, ladies and gentlemen.
And so that's what I'm telling you. You know, when you're a hardcore megastar like me, you're always alert. You always know who's around you, and you don't let anyone catch you by surprise. Oh, that's Cameron Grimes! Cameron Grimes! Hitting LA Knight with a fire extinguisher! Cameron Grimes, cover! Cover on Knight. 1, 2. Cameron Grimes is hardcore champion.
Mr. Regal! Mr. Regal! I'm hardcore champion. Do I get my Raw contract now? Well, Cameron, I can't believe it. I can't believe the day has come. But yes, you are hardcore champion. So I would like to give you this Raw contract.
Oh, wait a minute. That's R-Truth. R-Truth kicks him in the head. R-Truth. Cover on Grimes. 1, 2. R-Truth is hardcore champion.
Well, if you're no longer champion, then I am no longer interested. When you wake up, please leave my office.
Oh, poor Cameron Grimes. I just kind of feel bad for the guy now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object is out first in this Raw Women's title match. Piper Niven making her way to the ring. Piper Niven has been dominant since her arrival a few weeks ago. The first thing she did upon arrival to Monday Night Raw was take out the woman who seemed as if she was going to be challenging Rhea Ripley tonight. Toni Storm sent Toni Storm packing by beating her down so bad, inserting herself immediately into the Raw Women's Championship picture. No pomp and circumstance about Piper Niven. I did not stutter, that's her name, is Piper Niven. And Piper Niven tonight looks to end the longest reigning Women's Championship run in the LS11 Universe. But she has to go through the most dominant woman, in fact, I might argue the most dominant competitor in LS11 Universe. She has to go through the Nightmare, the woman known simply for her brutality, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley making her way to the ring. Rhea Ripley has been the Raw Women's Champion, with the exception, well, Rhea Ripley, she won her first Raw Women's Championship 1 year ago today at last year's SummerSlam, when she was the only woman to defeat Ronda Rousey in LS11 Universe. Rousey has not been seen since, and I imagine you'll probably never see her again, because I'm pretty sure she was only here for a paycheck. But the Raw Women's Championship is on the line. Rhea Ripley won her first Raw Women's title 1 year ago today, but it was a bittersweet reign as it ended very quickly due to a cash-in from Bayley. But Rhea Ripley, she's been champion for 10 months. We talk about Bobby Roode's WWE title reign being impressive. Rhea Ripley's is probably just as impressive, because Bobby Roode, he's lost a couple of non-title matches here and there in the 1 year he's been champion as of tonight, to the likes of Bronson Reed, El Generico, and Tommaso Ciampa, that being the only 3 times. Rhea Ripley's only been pinned once in the last year, and it was by Raquel Gonzalez in a tag team matchup, and Ripley then managed to turn around and defeat her, as Rhea Ripley now handing over the Raw Women's Championship to the referee, who's going to hold the championship high in the ring. Ripley and Niven, 2 very dominant women in their own right. This is going to be a big fight field tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Niven versus Ripley. Here we go. Right out of the gate, Niven tries to grab Ripley, but Ripley forearm smash into the face of Piper. Ripley went for a dropkick, but Piper Niven swats her away. And now Niven with a spine buster. Now Piper Niven takes her down. Piper Niven, rolling cannonball. Now takes her down. Rhea Ripley takes down Piper Niven, and a knee to the head. Now Ripley again just kneeing Piper Niven in the face repeatedly. Rhea Ripley's got her down now. Ripley goes for a kick. Piper Niven rolls out of the way. Niven grabbing Ripley into another spine buster. Turns her over now. Piper Niven goes for a kick and takes down Ripley. Ripley back to her feet now. Ripley's got Piper, and Rhea Ripley with a suplex to Piper Niven. Niven going down. Ripley, a lot of work to defeat Rhea Ripley. You've got all these women on Raw. We know the winner of this matchup is going to be facing Sasha Banks
next month at Clash of Champions, which one way or another will be on 2K22. It'll be, let's call it a trial run, shall we? Of 2K22 to see if I want the series to continue on there, or if you know, we're doing this for another year. Niven throws Ripley across the ring. Rhea Ripley now getting picked back up to her feet by Piper Niven. Rhea Ripley grabs her and, whoa, goes to throw her again, but Rhea Ripley hops down into an arm drag, takes down Piper. Rhea Ripley punches her now, turning her around. Ripley backstabber, connecting to Niven. Rhea Ripley's got her down now, and Rhea picking Piper Niven back up to her feet. Rhea Ripley clotheslines her into the corner, kicks her again. Rhea Ripley now kicking her again, and Rhea Ripley over the top rope, leg drop to the back of the neck. And Ripley now, what's she thinking? She's going up to the top rope. Rhea Ripley up the top. Oh my God! Ripley just did a 450 splash. Jesus. Cover. 1, 2, no. Now Rhea into a side headlock on the mat. Piper Niven trying to fight out. Rhea Ripley pulling back. Rhea Ripley now. No, Piper Niven getting her back to her feet. Niven's got Ripley by the neck. Piper now. Oh, Rhea into a Northern Lights on Piper. And now Ripley picking her back up to her feet. Rhea Ripley has her up. And Rhea Ripley with a spear into a cover. 1, 2, no. Piper Niven kicks out at 2. Rhea vicious with that spear over the last year as champion. Now Piper Niven into an arm drag, takes her down. Piper now coming up the ropes. Piper Niven, oh, goes for a boot. Ripley out of the way. Niven, oh, Ripley counters. Ripley has Niven. Piper Niven getting up, finds a knee into the face of Ripley. Piper Niven now grabs her, scoops her up, overhead, presses her into the mat. And now Niven picking up Ripley. Piper Niven scoops her up, body slam off the ropes, leg drop. A leg drop from Piper Niven into a cover on Ripley for the title. 1, 2, no. Piper Niven's got her down, and Piper Niven grabs Ripley, scoops her up. The Michinoku driver. That's how she won her last matchup on Raw. 1, 2, Ripley finds the way to kick out. Somehow, some way. Big boot. The big boot connects. 1, 2, no. Piper Niven finds a way to kick out as well. Ripley gonna try it again. You know what they say, but first you don't succeed. Try again. No. Niven's got her, rolls her through. Cover. Rhea Ripley, 1, 2. Oh, no, a kick out. Now Piper Niven with a vice grip to Ripley. Piper Niven. Oh, Ripley's head caught the turnbuckle. Now she's got her going for a power bomb. Piper Niven. Oh my God. Oh my God, I was just going to go for a power bomb out of the ring. Oh, but Ripley managed to slide free. Ripley now going for Riptide. Cover. 1, 2, no. Niven finds another kick out. Ripley now getting her back up to her feet. Rhea Ripley, clothesline. Ducks her. And now goes for a back body drop. Knee from Piper. Piper Niven with a knee strike to Ripley. Piper Niven looking to end it now, looking for the Michinoku driver. Grabs Ripley a second time. Ripley hops out of it. Ripley spinning her around now. Rhea Ripley trying to get her up on her shoulder. But Piper Niven braces herself. Kicks her now. Piper Niven gets caught. Ripley's got her up again. Rhea, fireman's carry, pops her down. Kicks her in the face. A kick in the face. And now Rhea Ripley going to look for another Riptide perhaps. Looking to end it. Ripley grabs Niven, pulls her in for a Riptide. Cover. 1, 2, no. And now Rhea Ripley turning her over. Rhea Ripley
Grabs Piper Niven by the arm, and Rhea Ripley takes out the arm of Piper Niven. Niven now dragged away from the ropes by Ripley. Rhea Ripley kicks her in the ribs. Now Rhea, she's going back up to the top. What is Rhea Ripley thinking now? Ripley up high. Rhea Ripley went for another 450. Piper got the knees up. And now Piper Niven stalking her. Piper picks her up to her feet. Piper Niven goes for a kick. Rhea taking her down. Rhea Ripley grabs the leg into a knee bar. A knee bar is in from Rhea Ripley. Ripley looking to tap out Piper Niven here. This is the first time we're ever seeing this from Ripley. A new move out of her repertoire tonight. Piper Niven, though, managing to roll it over. Punches her in the face, and again, taking her down. And now Ripley, kicked in the ribs. Piper pulls her in. Pops her up for a powerbomb. Ripley! Sunset flip cover! Cover on Niven. 1, 2. Ripley! No, Niven counters. 1, 2 for the title. No, Ripley counters. 1, 2. Ripley retains. Rhea Ripley retains the Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley beats Piper Niven. Rhea Ripley beats Piper Niven just by the skin of her teeth, though. Rhea Ripley gets the win and keeps her Raw Women's Championship reign going for yet another night. I'm looking around. Is Mandy Rose here to spoil Ripley's SummerSlam moment like Bayley did last year? We got to have a cash in. Not seeing her. Your winner and still the Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley gets the win over Piper Niven tonight. We got more action coming up next, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, here I am, 24/7, 7-Eleven, interdimensional national champion. Life is good when you're the champ. Excuse me, Mr. Truth? Yeah, my dad is one of the Raw superstars, and I was wondering if I could get an autograph. Oh, yeah, man, absolutely. What's your name, dog? Dominic.
Well then, Dominic Mysterio, small package. 1, 2, Dominic Mysterio, court champion.
I hope I didn't offend anyone with the R-Truth voice.
Oh, come on, man.
That's some poor parenting right there.
Well, for real, I hope I didn't offend anyone with the R-Truth voice there. I tried to handle that as respectfully as I could. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is just going to be brutal up next. As this is a fight of a lifetime. Kevin Owens out first tonight. Kevin Owens, 1 year ago, had the most dominant performance in LS11 Universe SummerSlam history when he dominated his way to a victory over Sami Zayn. I don't think he's going to have quite that easy of a time tonight, though. Because tonight, Kevin Owens walks into the fight of his life. A fight that many people are saying he can't win. A fight that many believe could end his WWE career. Kevin Owens enters the ring tonight here at SummerSlam. Kevin Owens, he's the kind of guy that when he's got a fight coming up, he's the one that if he knows he can't win, he's at least going to go down swinging. Kevin Owens comes face to face with a beast incarnate. The Miz, Rick Boogs, Shinsuke Nakamura, Titus O'Neil, Sheamus, a man we saw a moment ago, Dominic Mysterio, Sami Zayn, and of course Jinder Mahal a few weeks ago on SmackDown, as Owens runs into a clothesline. 1, 2, no, Lesnar Not able to put him down that quickly. Lesnar trying to make it a short night. Lesnar now grabbing Owens, and Brock Lesnar's got Kevin Owens. Owens immediately elbowing him in the ribs. Kevin Owens fighting back with all of his might. Owens doing a super kick, staggers Lesnar. And another one. Kevin Owens, like I said, he's going out swinging if he's going to go down tonight. Suplex from Lesnar. And now Lesnar kicks Owens in the back. Kevin Owens now powering back up to his feet. Lesnar swats away the right hook. Lesnar hung up in the ropes by Owens. Kevin Owens now grabbing Lesnar, knee into the back. An interesting fact about Brock Lesnar in the LS11 Universe, he has never gotten a win at SummerSlam. In Season 1, he competed in the main event against Daniel Bryan and was unable to recapture the WWE Championship. Last year, he tapped out inside of the fight pit to Matt Riddle, as Lesnar taken down with a DDT from Owens. Could Owens make that 3 years in a row for Lesnar? Owens tries to German Lesnar, but Lesnar with a German suplex instead. Brock Lesnar with a German suplex to Kevin Owens. Lesnar now taking down Owens into a cover. Lesnar 1, no. Owens kicks out. And now Lesnar taking Owens back up to his feet. Brock Lesnar grabs Owens. Owens swats him away. Shoulder block. Test of strength there, really, as Lesnar with a forearm. Owens kicks him in the ribs. Kevin Owens grabs Lesnar. Lesnar claps the head. Lesnar went for a clothesline. Owens, Uranagi. And now Owens going up to the top rope. Kevin Owens up top. Bullfrog splash. Cover on Lesnar, but the referee was down due to Owens running into him a moment ago. And now Owens puts his boot to the ribs of Lesnar, and now Owens picking Lesnar back up to his feet. Kevin Owens with a forearm strike. Owens gets caught with a headbutt. Owens now pushing Lesnar away. Kevin Owens scoops him on his shoulders. Owens, knee into the ribs, into running senton. Owens with another kick to Lesnar. Now Kevin Owens kicking Lesnar down. Owens, oh, super kick. That one floored Lesnar. Owens picking Lesnar back up to his feet. Kevin Owens throws Lesnar in the corner. Kevin Owens with a right hook. And another. Owens has him in the corner. Goes for a jab. Lesnar counters. Lesnar kicks him in the ribs. Brock Lesnar puts his boot into the waist of Kevin Owens. And stomps him again. Down he goes, and Lesnar turns him over. Brock Lesnar. Dragon Sleeper on Owens. Brock Lesnar with a reverse Dragon Sleeper. Kevin Owens brings the knee in the face. And again, Kevin Owens, he's fighting because he has to tonight. Brock Lesnar, he might have finally met his match with Owens. Owens has said he wants to be Brock Lesnar's matches. Owens with a pump handle neck breaker. And now Kevin Owens, what's he going to do now? Owens picks up Lesnar. Kicks him in the ribs. Brock Lesnar caught with a chop. Owens tries to spin him around. Lesnar with a headbutt. Lesnar, oh, Owens punching him in the head. Kevin Owens punches him in the head. Owens with a right hook turns him around. Now Brock Lesnar is down. Kevin Owens with a chop and a punch. Lesnar down to one knee. Brock Lesnar is down. Kevin Owens kicks him in the ribs. Headbutt. Brock Lesnar, oh my god! Kevin Owens throws Lesnar to the outside. Owens, oh, he's going to that dark place. Kevin Owens kicks Lesnar in the ribs. Oh my god. Apron powerbomb. The powerbomb on the apron. Owens throws Lesnar back into the ring. Kevin Owens covers Brock Lesnar. 1, 2, no! Brock Lesnar got the shoulders up. Kevin Owens trying to stomp him, but now Lesnar with a right hook. Lesnar staggers him, puts him in the ropes down. Brock Lesnar grabs Kevin Owens, and Brock Lesnar pops him up, flings him into the rope. Now Bischoff slides a chair into the ring in case Lesnar needs it. Lesnar, German suplex. Kevin Owens is taking a trip to Suplex City tonight. There's another. And one more for good measure. Brock Lesnar turns him over. Now Brock Lesnar grabs Kevin Owens, drags him to the center of the ring, and Brock Lesnar with a knee to the head of Kevin Owens. Lesnar now calling Owens up to his feet. Brock Lesnar looking to end it. Lesnar went for F5. Owens finds the counter. And now Owens kicks him in the ribs. Owens now pulling him in for another pump handle neck breaker. Kevin Owens now picking Brock Lesnar up to his feet. Lesnar caught with a right hook. Owens with another one. Brock Lesnar gets super kicked. Kevin Owens now puts his boot into the ribs of Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is down. Kevin Owens has him down. Brock Lesnar now getting picked back up to his feet. Owens. Oh, Lesnar throws Owens off the ropes. Lesnar went for an elbow. Owens countered. Lesnar's got Owens. Lesnar goes for a suplex. Owens with a knee into the face. And now Owens. What is Owens thinking? He gets caught. Owens, fireman's carry, takes down Brock. Kevin Owens goes for a kick. Lesnar goes for a gut wrench. Owens with a back body drop takes down Brock Lesnar. Kevin Owens picking Lesnar back up to his feet. Kevin Owens now with Lesnar off the ropes. Back body drop connects. And now Owens has him down. Kevin Owens with a kick to the back. And again. And again. Kevin Owens now picking Brock Lesnar back up to his feet. Owens shouts in the face of Lesnar. And now Kevin Owens. Oh, Lesnar with a punch to the ribs. Brock Lesnar runs him over. Lesnar now turns Owens over. Now Brock Lesnar grabs Owens for a... Oh, God. Got the weight on that one. Gut wrench to Kevin Owens. Lesnar now drags Owens to the center of the ring into a cover. Lesnar. One. No. Owens gets the shoulders up. Owens rolls out of the ring. Owens up on the apron. Kevin Owens punches Lesnar in the face. Kevin Owens going to the top rope. Owens. Crossbody attempt. Lesnar caught him. Lesnar slams him into the mat. And now Lesnar. No. Owens. Fireman's carry. Taking him down. Lesnar with a right hook. And again. Owens counters. Owens with a right hook of his own. And now Owens. And Lesnar. Lesnar goes for a kick. Owens catches him. Swings him around. Owens ducks a clothesline. Lesnar. Owens now punches him in the face. And Kevin Owens putting up a fight of his life right now. Owens. Back body drop from Lesnar. Owens ducks out of the ring though. And Owens getting back up onto the apron. Kevin Owens. Oh, he grabs Lesnar. Owens and Lesnar spill to the outside with a suplex. Kevin Owens now back into the ring. Bischoff helping his man Lesnar back up to his feet. Bischoff knows he's got to protect his meal ticket. He's got to make sure Lesnar gets these wins. Lesnar now runs back into the ring. Owens! Stunner! Stunner! 1, 2, no! Eric Bischoff now, in the face of Owens, allows Lesnar to capitalize and folds him like an accordion with a German suplex. Lesnar grabs Owens. Brock Lesnar. Powerbomb. Always hanging on though. Lesnar with another. And Lesnar now into a third. And now Lesnar drags Owens back to the center of the ring, and Lesnar with a stomp to the ribs. Lesnar now calling Owens back up to his feet. Brock Lesnar calling up Owens. Lesnar with Owens for F5. Cover. 1, 2, 3. No! I thought it was over. Owens still has life. Super kick. Kevin Owens still has life. Owens grabs Lesnar up on his shoulders, and Lesnar knee into the ribs from Owens. Kevin Owens running senton. Kevin Owens now picking Lesnar up to his feet. Owens grabs Lesnar, throws him off the ropes. Went for a clothesline. Lesnar hangs on to the ropes. Lesnar grabs Owens and takes him down. Lesnar has Owens in trouble. Knee to the face of Kevin Owens. Now Brock Lesnar turns him over. Kevin Owens grabbing Lesnar. Lifts him up, and Kevin Owens in trouble. Lesnar with a gut wrench to Kevin Owens. Brock Lesnar now, what's he thinking? Pacing back and forth around Owens. I think Lesnar might have been thinking about that chair for a moment. And now Lesnar's got Kevin Owens. Brock Lesnar has Kevin Owens. And Lesnar gonna go for another gut wrench. Lesnar. Oh, now Lesnar with the sharp elbows to the face of Kevin Owens. Punching Owens in the face repeatedly now. The UFC background coming into play from Lesnar. And now Lesnar grabs Owens, drags him to the center of the ring. Lesnar turning Owens over. Cover. 1, 2, no. Brock Lesnar now has Owens down, and Lesnar grabs Owens. Owens back up to his feet. Kevin Owens takes out the arm. Owens spins Lesnar around. Kevin Owens pops him up and slams him into his back. And now Owens throws Lesnar in the corner. Kevin Owens kicks him in the ribs. Kevin Owens. Here we go, Kevin Owens. Oh, a knee into the face of Lesnar. And now Owens grabs Lesnar, picks him up to his feet. Owens. No, Lesnar sends him over the top rope. Brock Lesnar has Kevin Owens. Oh, Owens with a shoulder into the ribs. Owens, sunset flip, cover on Lesnar. This worked a moment ago for Rhea Ripley. 1, 2, no! Lesnar gets the shoulders up. Owens now grabs Lesnar and throws him over the top rope. Owens went for a right hook. Lesnar countered. Lesnar now back into the ring, and Lesnar grabs Owens. Lesnar throws Owens out of the ring. Kevin Owens out of the ring now thanks to Lesnar. Lesnar now picking Owens back up to his feet. Lesnar with a right hook, and again, no. Owens finds the counter. Kevin Owens fighting back. Super kicks Lesnar in the back of the head. Owens throwing a bit of a super kick party tonight. Looking to steal the show. Owens puts Lesnar on the table. Owens. Oh my god, no. Kevin, no. Package pile driver. Through the table. If you ever needed proof that Brock Lesnar's not human, there it is. Lesnar's still moving. Headbutt. Headbutt. And now Lesnar throws him across the ring. Owens now thrown in the ring. And now Owens catches the super kick. Kevin Owens now grabs Lesnar. Lesnar throws Owens back into the ring. Lesnar now following Owens. Brock Lesnar right hook. No, Owens counters. Kevin Owens grabbing Lesnar. Lesnar punches him in the gut. Now Lesnar. Oh, Owens catches him off the ropes. Oh, went for a running shoulder block. Lesnar with a right hook. Lesnar's got Owens in the ropes. Lesnar went for a right hook. Owens countered. Owens with a super kick. Oh, but now Bischoff and Owens mouthing off at one another again. Lesnar grabs Owens for a German suplex. Another German connect. And now Lesnar calling Owens up. Lesnar gonna go for a second. This has got to be the end. A second F5 connects. 1, 2, 3. Lesnar gets the win. Brock Lesnar beats Kevin Owens. That is victory number 9. Victory number 9 for Brock Lesnar since his return. Brock Lesnar with the win. Owens put up a hell of a fight. I said going into this that this was probably going to be the first time we might see Lesnar lose since his return, but in the end, Brock Lesnar is just that damn good. We got more coming up, though, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of action still to come tonight. We are now, I would say, roughly about the halfway point of SummerSlam. We got more coming up next, ladies and gents, because up next, we're going to be seeing Roman Reigns versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The Tribal Chief versus the King of Strong Style. It is going down at SummerSlam. As out first, the King of Strong Style himself. Now you might be wondering, how did this matchup come about? A few weeks ago on the Raw episode where we had the Gauntlet match, where Roman Reigns, Walter, Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, and Montez Ford and Bobby Lashley all faced off in a gauntlet to set up tonight's main event. Shinsuke Nakamura would go on to pin Roman Reigns, which caused Reigns to absolutely snap and beat down Nakamura, costing him his part in the gauntlet matchup. Shinsuke Nakamura and Roman Reigns have been set on a collision course ever since. Reigns and Nakamura have got a lot of history with each other here in LS11 Universe. Reigns and Nakamura, they were one another's first opponents on the first episode of SmackDown we ever had in LS11 Universe, where they fought over the Intercontinental Championship. When Shinsuke Nakamura came to Monday Night Raw at the very end of Season 2, Roman Reigns was one of his first opponents, and now tonight they do battle on pay-per-view for the first time ever. I said pay-per-view, I'm never calling it premium live event. Roman Reigns and Shinsuke Nakamura, as I said, arguably one of the more historic and often forgot rivalries of the LS11 Universe, reignites tonight on one of the biggest stages possible here at SummerSlam, as, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, a former WWE champion in his own right. And, you know, we've already seen a two-time world champion crowned tonight in Seth Rollins. I think it's just a matter of time before Roman Reigns takes a world championship again. The Tribal Chief has been on a path of destruction as of late, having only been pinned once this season, and that was by Shinsuke Nakamura in the Gauntlet match. In a one-on-one environment, not counting the Gauntlet where Roman already went through Bobby Lashley earlier in the matchup, in a one-on-one match, Roman Reigns has not been pinned or submitted in Season 3. He walks into SummerSlam tonight where he looks to rise himself back up in the rankings, back towards the WWE Championship. Reigns marching to the ring tonight with a purpose. Reigns knows that he needs to win tonight. He needs to win to be able to get himself back towards the world title that he oh so desperately wants to win again. Reigns and Nakamura, it is going to be a hard-hitting battle here at SummerSlam. Reigns agreeing to leave the bloodline in the back tonight. Jimmy and Jey Uso in the back, not going to assist Roman in this one. Reigns has been proving time and time again that he doesn't need backup. He's left the special counsel Paul Heyman in the back as well. It was actually 1 year ago at SummerSlam Season 2 when the Tribal Chief was born, when Roman Reigns made his presence known and dubbed himself as the Tribal Chief, laying out Matt Riddle. So now here we go with Nakamura versus Reigns, one-on-one. Here we go. As Reigns starts off with a right hook, Nakamura now locks up with him. Nakamura's got a hold of Reigns. Roman Reigns trying to fight free, but Nakamura wrenching back on the waist. Reigns takes him down. Reigns punching him. And Roman Reigns again punches Nakamura. And one more for good measure. Roman Reigns now just throws him to the mat. And now Reigns coming off the ropes. Roman Reigns, just runs into Nakamura. And now Reigns going into ground and pound here. Punching Shinsuke in the face is Roman Reigns. Reigns has him down, and Roman going for him again. Reigns fires away on Shinsuke Nakamura. Roman's got him down now. Roman picking him up. Nakamura rolls him through with an arm drag. Nakamura's got Reigns on one knee. Nakamura kicks him now. Roman gets caught up on the shoulders of Shinsuke. Shinsuke was looking for avalanche, but Reigns countered. Roman Reigns, right hook. Knocks Shinsuke back into the ropes now. Roman Reigns fires away. Shinsuke Nakamura going down. Reigns has Nakamura down. Roman Reigns, right hook again connects. And now Reigns grabs Nakamura up on his shoulders and a Samoan drop connecting to the King of Strong Style. Nakamura ducking out onto the bottom rope. Roman Reigns standing tall at the moment. Nakamura runs back into the ring, and Nakamura gets caught. Reigns gets kicked in the ribs. And now Shinsuke with a running drop kick taking down Roman Reigns. Nakamura grabbing Reigns, picks up to his feet. Nakamura with a chop. Grabs Reigns, goes for a cutter. It looked like Reigns leaping clothesline, taking down the King of Strong Style. Nakamura with a forearm strike and another. Nakamura went for a kick. Reigns spins him around. Roman with a right hook now, and now Roman Reigns with another one. Knocks Shinsuke down to one knee. Knocks him on his back. Roman Reigns standing tall. A fun fact for you about SummerSlam: Roman Reigns has never won at SummerSlam in LS11 Universe. He is 0-1, while Shinsuke Nakamura is 1-0. Last year in Season 2 SummerSlam, Nakamura was the Intercontinental Champion and retained that night. 2 years ago at SummerSlam 1, Roman Reigns walked into a no-holds-barred match that he lost at SummerSlam. Who did he lose against? Well, he's challenging for the Impact World title now, so... Roman taking down Shinsuke Nakamura now. Reigns right back into ground and pound. He's just pummeling Shinsuke Nakamura at the moment is Roman Reigns. As Reigns now picking him up, but Nakamura... Oh, a jawbreaker from Shinsuke. Shinsuke Nakamura with a running knee strike. And now Nakamura goes for a kick. Roman Reigns picking him up to his feet. Swings the leg and takes down Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura back to his feet. Reigns went for a right hook. He got him with that one. Reigns now. Nakamura scoops him up. Nakamura looking for landslide. It connects. Nakamura hooks the leg. One. No! Reigns gets the shoulder up. And now Reigns gets kicked in the ribs. Nakamura! Kinshasa! 1, 2, no! Reigns gets the shoulders up. Roman kicks out of the Kinshasa. Nakamura drags him back to the center of the ring. Turns him over. Cover. 1, 2. Kick out from Reigns. Roman Reigns getting the shoulders up. And there's a stomp to the arm. Shinsuke Nakamura grabbing Roman Reigns now. Roman with a shoulder block to Shinsuke Nakamura. Now Reigns picking Nakamura back up to his feet. Roman Reigns went for a right hook. Nakamura countered. Nakamura goes for a kick. Reigns counters. Roman Reigns uppercut attempt. Nakamura pushes him away. Nakamura went for a knee strike. Reigns caught him, spins him around. Reigns tries to grab him. Nakamura with a forearm. Reigns kicks him in the ribs. And now Roman, what's he thinking here? He's got Nakamura. He throws him off the ropes. Roman, spear! Cover! 1, 2. Oh! Shinsuke Nakamura gets the shoulder up. Now Reigns going right back into ground and pound. Reigns hammering away on Nakamura again. Roman Reigns continuing his beatdown of Shinsuke Nakamura. Reigns has him down, goes right back in again, punching the face of Shinsuke, takes him down again, and Reigns with another stomp. Roman now picking Shinsuke back up to his feet. Roman Reigns runs at Nakamura, hits him with a right hook, and another. Nakamura, no counters. Nakamura goes for a right. Reigns with a headbutt. And now Roman, no, they collide. Now Reigns grabs Nakamura for a neckbreaker instead. Punches him in the back of the head. Reigns with a punch to the back of the head of Shinsuke. And now Reigns locks and loads. Roman looking for a Superman punch. And now Reigns looking to end it. Reigns gonna go for another spear. Cover. 1, 2. No! Nakamura showing his resilience tonight. Managed to kick out of another spear. Nakamura with a jawbreaker to Reigns, and now Shinsuke went for a knee strike. Reigns caught him, spins him around. Reigns went for a right hook. Nakamura counters. Nakamura with a chop. Reigns chops him back. And now Reigns with an uppercut to Nakamura. Roman Reigns. Oh, they collide. Reigns went for a right hook. Nakamura caught him. Nakamura, no. Reigns knocking him back. Reigns with Nakamura up on his shoulders for a Samoan drop. And now Reigns goes right back into ground and pound, punching Nakamura again. Roman Reigns taking down Shinsuke. And now Shinsuke Nakamura back to his feet. Shoulder block connects to Reigns. Nakamura now getting Reigns back up to his feet. Nakamura. There's a kick attempt. Reigns caught his leg. Roman spins him around. Roman Reigns pulls him in. Reigns with Nakamura. Has him for the crucifix. Reigns
Crucifix powerbomb takes him down.
Roman Reigns looking to end it. Picks up Shinsuke Nakamura now. Reigns with Nakamura.
Off the turnbuckle. Superman punch.
Roman with a Superman punch to Shinsuke Nakamura, telling him to get up. What is Reigns thinking now? Reigns. Oh, Nakamura kicks him in the knee. Nakamura kicks out the knee of Reigns. Nakamura looking for
Kinshasa, no! Reigns counters the Kinshasa. And now Reigns gonna go for a spear. 1, 2, 3.
Roman Reigns beats Shinsuke Nakamura tonight. Nakamura put up a hell of a fight, but Roman Reigns gets the win. 3 spears is what it took to put down Nakamura. That's something you can't say about many people. Not many people can survive 3 spears from Roman Reigns. Reigns and Nakamura went to hell and back in this fight tonight. That's what it was, folks. This was a fight. Your winner, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. We got more action coming up next, ladies and gents. Plenty more to come on SummerSlam tonight. But a big win for the Tribal Chief right here and right now. Roman Reigns gets the win. We're going to move on to our next bit of action.
Whoa, wait a minute! LA Knight chasing after the Hardcore Champion. Dominic Mysterio and LA Knight fighting up on the ramp. Dominic Mysterio. What's he thinking here? Dominic Mysterio and LA Knight. Dominic Mysterio with a sunset flip. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, Dominic, look out, look out, look out. Jinder Mahal with the Colossus. No, no, no. No. Jinder Mahal wins the Hardcore title. No. I will not stand for this. Get over here, you son of a bitch! Are you calling sick? Ow, my head. Ray Wood, you son of a bitch! You called in sick! Ray Wood wins the Hardcore title. Ow, my head! Somebody get me an ibuprofen. Ray Wood is Hardcore champion. What the hell is happening? Oh God, Ray, don't turn around. Ray, you picked a bad time to fake being sick. Oh God. Not many people can make Ray look like a child, but Omos! Omos! Tree slam to Ray! 1, 2, Omos is Hardcore champion! That is Hardcore title change number 7 of the night.
Omos just won the hardcore title from Rey. And this is a good time to probably mention, hardcore title changes outside of sanctioned matches don't count towards win-losses, so I still have a 0-0 record, so I'm still undefeated. Ow, my head. We're sharing the intern with my ibuprofen. Omos is hardcore champion now. Good luck to anyone that wants to take that from them. The bodyguard of The Miz is hardcore champion. That's why I came to play as playing, for people that think like, oh, you gave him the wrong thing. Anyways, on a serious note, we got more action coming up next. As here comes Mr. Money in the Bank to the ring. Being Roderick Strong, the Money in the Bank contract holder, being accompanied by the first initiate of the Diamond Mine, Drew Gulak, to the ring. Roderick Strong makes his way to the ring. Oh, Sharon, thank you. Roderick Strong makes his way to the ring. Roderick Strong, this is his first SummerSlam matchup tonight. And he's got a hard test ahead of him. You might not believe me when I say this. In LS11 Universe, this is John Cena's first SummerSlam. I'm not kidding. John Cena with his first SummerSlam in LS11 Universe making his way to the ring. Cena has been very outspoken about the Diamond Mine after what they did to Seth Rollins last month at Extreme Rules. Cena looking to teach Roderick Strong a lesson tonight. John Cena, Mr. Hustle, loyalty, and respect himself. John Cena is here. So Cena and Strong, this is not the first time these two have done this dance. In fact, it was just at the beginning of this calendar year of Universe that John Cena pinned Roderick Strong to become the Intercontinental Champion, for those that might have forgotten about that. As Roddy with an Olympic slam to Cena. Roderick Strong with a kick into the back of Cena. Cena goes down. Roderick Strong has him down. Roddy grabs Cena and takes out the arm. Roderick Strong now has Cena, has him down, kicks him in the back. Cena now is down. Roddy grabs him by the back of the neck. Roderick Strong throws Cena into the corner. And now Roderick Strong with a kick has Cena down. Now Roderick with a kick to the ribs. Roderick Strong coming after Cena. Roderick Strong takes him down, and now Roddy grabs Cena back up to his feet. Roderick Strong went for a right hand. Cena pushes him down to the mat. Now John Cena with a shoulder block to Roderick Strong. Cena went for a kick to the back. Roddy out of the way. Roderick Strong, no. Cena punches him in the back, and now John Cena. Oh, Roderick Strong punches him in the back. Cena and Strong going back and forth here. Roderick Strong throws Cena across the ring. Roderick Strong with a knee strike. And throws Cena out of the corner. Cena knows a thing or two about getting hit with running knees in the corner. Cena with a jumping neck breaker. Flipped over Roderick Strong with that one. And now Cena drags Strong to the middle of the ring and drops a fist on him. John Cena now picking Roderick Strong back up to his feet. Cena grabs Strong, scoops him up, and a Michinoku driver from John Cena. Cena already looking to end it, I thought. Looks like he might be going for an attitude adjustment. Instead goes for a kick. Strong. Running drop kick from Roddy. And now Roderick Strong. Fired up here is Cena. Pulling himself back up to his feet. Now Roddy. No! Cena with an enziguri. John Cena to the top rope. We're seeing a whole new set of moves from John Cena tonight. As Roderick Strong knocks him off the top rope. Cena punches him in the face. And now Cena dragging Roddy to the center of the ring. And Cena with an elbow drop in the center of the ring. John Cena goes for a kick. Roderick Strong, right hook. Getting knocked back by John Cena. Cena with Strong into the corner. John Cena grabs him. No Strong counters. Roddy, right hook connects. Roderick Strong turns him around. Roderick Strong plants him face first into the mat. Drew Gulak is loving it. Drew Gulak brought in as the coach of the Diamond Mine. Strong looking for. Oh, I thought we were going to get the end of Heartache. Cena went for a clothesline. Roddy ducked him. And now Roderick Strong tries to grab him. Cena throws him in the corner. John Cena with a clothesline takes down Roderick Strong. And now Cena taking Roderick Strong back up to his feet. Cena picks him up on his shoulders. Cena. Attitude adjustment. Oh, he decides he's not done. Cena just looking for the definitive exclamation point. Rolls over into a second. Good night. 1, 2. It's a quick and easy night for John Cena. John Cena beats Roderick Strong. John Cena picks up a quick win tonight over Mr. Money in the Bank. And John Cena, hey, you know, we know for a fact now that in 4 weeks' time, this will whet the appetites of a few people. In 4 weeks' time at Clash of Champions, it'll be main evented by Seth Rollins versus Pete Dunne for the World Heavyweight Championship. But you got to think, if John Cena continues his winning ways like he has tonight, then his name's going to be on that short list for the next challenger. That is a big win for John Cena tonight here at SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, that is far from all of the action we have tonight. John Cena gets the win over Roddy Strong. But up next, don't worry, it's not a hardcore title skit. Up next, we got some more action coming up. Because up next, it's time for the United States Championship. I called Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens a fight. This is going to be a war. And how fitting that Ciampa comes as the God of War. Tommaso Ciampa channeling his inner God of War tonight. Ciampa, the man with the most wins in the LS11 universe. The man with the most championships in the LS11 universe. The former longest reigning Intercontinental Champion with a reign of 280 days. The man who is considered the greatest World Heavyweight Champion in LS11 universe history. A man who, with his once brother and now bitter enemy Johnny Gargano, won the SmackDown Tag Team Championships last year at Survivor Series. Tommaso Ciampa walks into his third straight SummerSlam in a title match. 2 years ago, he walked in as Intercontinental Champion, walked out the same way. Last year, he main evented the show as World Heavyweight Champion and walked out that way. This year, he walks into SummerSlam fighting for the last championship he needs to be the first ever Grand Slam champion in LS11 Universe history. And if he does that, then that not only makes him undefeated at SummerSlam 3 years running, but that pretty much cements him as the greatest performer in LS11 Universe. Calls himself, mockingly to one particular superstar we saw earlier tonight, he calls himself Tommy Sports Entertainment. Tommaso Ciampa makes his way to the ring. But what is a war without a destroyer? Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe has been a dominant United States champion, to say the least. Won it at Backlash from former champion Mustafa Ali. Has not been pinned since his return the night after WrestleMania. His only losses being in a Battle Royal and a tag match. And now tonight, this is two of the most destructive and dominant stars in LS11 Universe history meeting one-on-one in the middle of the ring. And you see Joe holding his championship high as he looks right out at Ciampa. Samoa Joe knows. Samoa Joe is a monster. He is not normal. And he knows that not many people can beat him. Introducing the challenger from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 220 pounds. Tommaso Ciampa. And his opponent from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 265 pounds. He is the United States Champion, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. Tommaso Ciampa. A war is about to go down at SummerSlam. Without any further ado, here we freaking go. Ciampa with a chop. Ciampa firing around Joe with slaps and chops. Joe pulls him in. Samoa Joe scoops him on his shoulders and a Samoan drop. Joe went for a kick to the back. Ciampa tries to grab him. Joe chops him in the back. Joe knocking Ciampa off his feet. Ciampa rolls through. Ciampa went for a knee strike. Tommaso Ciampa gets grabbed by Joe. Joe goes for a German. Ciampa rolls it through. Samoa Joe taken down by Ciampa. Ciampa with an uppercut, knocking back Joe. And now Ciampa with a right hook. Ciampa knocking back Joe. Went for a chop. And now Ciampa with an uppercut to Joe. Samoa Joe grabs him, and Joe back body drop to Ciampa. Samoa Joe gets him with a kick. And now Joe picking Ciampa back up to his feet. Samoa Joe grabs Tommaso Ciampa. Joe went for a suplex, has him up. Ciampa with a knee to the face. Ciampa now with a slap. Tommaso Ciampa fires away, puts Joe in the ropes. Ciampa grabs him. And now Tommaso pops up Samoa Joe, puts him on the top rope. And Ciampa with an elevated flatliner to Samoa Joe. Ciampa now picking him up to his feet. And Ciampa grabs him. Ciampa throws him into the corner. Ciampa right hook to Joe. And again, Tommaso Ciampa firing away. Knocking him down. Ciampa with a knee strike. And now Ciampa picking Joe up to his feet. Tommaso Ciampa right hook to Samoa Joe. And again, Tommaso Ciampa. Well, Joe's got him up on his shoulders. And Tommaso Ciampa caught with a Samoan drop. Samoa Joe planting him firmly in the mat there. And now Joe picks up Ciampa. Samoa Joe throws Ciampa into the corner. Joe with a clothesline in the back. It has been mostly Joe in this one. Ciampa gets a few reversals in there and then a flurry of offense, but then Joe shuts him down immediately. Joe's got Ciampa down now, and Samoa Joe turning Ciampa over with a kick. Samoa Joe grabs Ciampa and throws him across the ring. Samoa Joe taking him down again. Joe saying no more. And now Samoa Joe. No! Ciampa dumps him. And now Ciampa up to the top rope. Tommaso Ciampa. Here we go. Ciampa. Missile drop kick. Oh! Folds like an accordion. Because Joe gets out of the way. And now Joe gets him up again. And Samoa Joe drops him face first onto the apron. Ciampa goes down as now Joe. Double chop to Ciampa. Ciampa counters the kick to the ribs. Referee at the count of 5. I'd hate to see a matchup like this end that count out. Now Ciampa puts Joe back into the ropes. Back through the ropes, back into the ring. Ciampa going to the top rope. Tommaso Ciampa. He's up top. Ciampa with a knee to the head of Samoa Joe. And now Ciampa picking Joe back up to his feet. Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, here we go. Through the ropes. Ciampa looking for. Here we go. The Willow's Bell. Willow's Bell to Joe. Ciampa cover on Samoa Joe for the win, for the title. No, Samoa Joe getting the shoulders up. And now Ciampa went for a right hook. Joe counters. And now Samoa Joe kicks him in the ribs. Joe with Ciampa pops him up for a lifting cutter. Takes him down. Tommaso Ciampa's down. Samoa Joe. What's he thinking now? The Destroyer turning over. Turning over Ciampa, and Joe throws Ciampa across the ring. Samoa Joe's got him down. Samoa Joe picking Ciampa back up to his feet. Now is Joe. Samoa Joe's got him. Joe grabs the leg, sweeps the leg of Tommaso Ciampa. Samoa Joe's got him down now, and Joe with Ciampa drags him to the center of the ring. Joe into a cover. 1, 2, no. Ciampa gets the shoulders up. Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, Samoa Joe with a kick. Joe picking Ciampa back up to his feet. Tommaso Ciampa in trouble. Joe scoops him up. And Samoa Joe with Ciampa lifting him up. And a stun gun from Samoa Joe. Joe now picking Ciampa back up to his feet. And Samoa Joe with a Uranagi to Tommaso Ciampa. And now Joe, what's he thinking here? Knee to the head of Ciampa. Samoa Joe's got him down. Now Joe picks him up in the same position. Joe working over the neck of Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa's down. Joe working over the neck. And now Joe telling Ciampa to get up. Joe gonna look for Coquina Clutch. Samoa Joe, if he locks this in, it's gonna be all over. Joe, went for Coquina Clutch. Ciampa countered. Ciampa rolls him through. O'Connor roll. Cover. 1, 2, no. Now Ciampa kicks Joe in the ribs. There's a chomp. Ciampa. Oh, Joe's got him. Samoa Joe scoops him up for another. Well, Fireman's Carry takes him down. Almost a bit of an similar to an attitude adjustment there. Now Joe into a reverse dragon sleeper. I've said that more times tonight than I ever thought I would. And now Joe. Oh, Ciampa knees him in the face. Ciampa with the knees to Joe. Oh, jumped and caught him there. Joe was going for a clothesline, but Ciampa countered. Ciampa fires away, knocks Joe down to one knee. Tommaso Ciampa with a right hook to Joe. And now Ciampa went for another right hand. Joe countered. Joe. Back body drop to Ciampa. Throws him across the ring. And now Joe picking Ciampa back up to his feet. And Samoa Joe has Tommaso Ciampa. Samoa Joe. Oh my God. Rolled through into a knee bar. Tommaso Ciampa in trouble. Samoa Joe trying to choke him out. Trying to break the knee. Ciampa kicks him in the head. Joe potentially trying to re-aggravate the knee injury of Tommaso Ciampa that cost him a year and a half of his career. Oh, Ciampa up on the shoulders. Ciampa fights out of the attempted powerbomb. Pulls him in. Ciampa! Fairy tale ending! He didn't get all the height on it. 1, 2, no! Samoa Joe kicks out, and you gotta wonder, is that because Ciampa wasn't able to get the full height of it? And now Ciampa, right hand, no, Joe counters. Joe grabs Ciampa, throws him across the ring. Joe's got him down, he picks Ciampa up. Samoa Joe has Ciampa, pulls him in. Joe with a suplex. And now Samoa Joe has Ciampa down, and Samoa Joe with Tommaso Ciampa. Joe working over the neck of Ciampa takes him down. And Samoa Joe standing tall now over Ciampa. What's Samoa Joe going to do next? Joe picks Ciampa up to his feet, and Samoa Joe grabs him. Joe throws Ciampa into the corner. Samoa Joe. Well, Ciampa counters. Ciampa knee strike to Joe. Takes him down. Ciampa now coming off the ropes. Another knee strike to Samoa Joe. And now Ciampa grabbing him up to his feet. Tommaso Ciampa. Uppercut to Joe. Puts him in the ropes. Ciampa. Right hand connects. Puts Joe in the ropes. Now Joe kicks him in the ribs. Samoa Joe. Overhead belly to belly connects to Tommaso. Tommaso Ciampa goes down. Joe drags him to the center of the ring. Cover. 1, 2, no. And now Joe. Enziguri. Joe now turning Ciampa over, and Samoa Joe takes out the arm of Tommaso Ciampa. Joe with Ciampa down. Samoa Joe working over the neck of Ciampa. Joe's got him down. Samoa Joe works over the neck. And Joe takes him down. Samoa Joe. Turns him over. Now Joe into a camel clutch. Joe in a camel clutch maneuver. Similar to the Steiner recliner. Bit of a shout out to Joe's past there. But they only had a 33 1/3% chance of working. Ciampa takes out the legs, and now Ciampa pulls in Joe. Ciampa into the Ciampa lock. Ciampa lock is in. Ciampa lock is in. Joe is writhing in pain. Is Ciampa about to make Samoa Joe tap out? Well, Joe rolls through, and Joe taking him down. Samoa Joe holding his arm, writhing in pain. Joe kicks him in the ribs, pulls him in, pops Ciampa up, and lifting cutter again drops him. Samoa Joe's got him down, and Samoa Joe picking Ciampa back up to his feet. Samoa Joe look for a right hand. Ciampa counters. Ciampa kicks him in the ribs, pulls him in, hooks the arms. Oh, went for fairy tale ending. Joe counters. Huge clothesline. Ciampa falls out of the ring. Tommaso Ciampa falls out of the ring. Joe's got him up, and Samoa Joe. Samoan drop again to Tommaso. Joe has him down now. He picks Ciampa back up to his feet. Samoa Joe picking him back up again. Joe with another Samoan drop on the outside. Samoa Joe is on top right now in this one. Joe grabs Ciampa. Ciampa counters. Ciampa pushes him away. Tommaso Ciampa with a clothesline. Now Ciampa picking Joe back up to his feet. Ciampa with Joe into the ring. Ciampa, what's he thinking now? Ciampa into the corner. Just telling Joe to get up. The desperation on Ciampa's face is there. Ciampa with a chop to Joe. Tommaso Ciampa. Oh my god! Fairy tale ending number 2. 1, 2, 3! Tommaso Ciampa is a Grand Slam champ. Grand Slam Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa beats Samoa Joe in a war. Ciampa survives Samoa Joe with a pair of fairy tale endings. Your winner and the new United States Champion, Tommaso Ciampa. He's done it. The last piece of gold he needed to be a Grand Slam champion. Tommaso Ciampa has done it. What a win for Tommaso Ciampa. Our first ever Grand Slam champion. But what awaits him next? What is his first challenge as the first Grand Slam champion going to be? What's next for Tommaso Ciampa? Hang on a minute.
Ciampa. Hey man, no, don't worry. None of us are here to hurt you. Me, Big E, Lashley, none of us are here to hurt you. We're just here to congratulate you to your face for winning the championship, and thought after the last few months you might want to meet the newest member of the team.
Well, what's he mean by newest member of the team? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Impact World Champion Moose. Moose buying into the Hurt Business. The Impact World Champion is at SummerSlam. We weren't supposed to see Moose for the first time until April 9th at Bound for Glory. And the start of the Impact Universe. Moose, with the Impact Championship in hand,
staring a halter the United States champion. Moose is here. Moose puts down the Impact Championship, looking Ciampa. Oh my god, Moose drives Ciampa into the mat. Moose has arrived. Moose is kicking in the forbidden door. And Moose turns Ciampa around. Moose punches him in the back. Moose with Ciampa up on his shoulders. Powerbomb! Moose representing the Hurt Business. Moose. Moose with a spear. Moose puts down Ciampa with a spear. The Impact World Champion has arrived to WWE. Raw Tag Team titles on the lineup next, whatever kind of segue that is. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed the Forbidden Door get thrown wide open, as now it is time for the Raw Tag Team Championships to be on the line, as here comes Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, to the ring. The Profits looking to finally become champions, achieve a destiny that many in the LS11 universe believe they should be achieving any day now. Montez Ford specifically has been on a roll the last few months in LS11 universe, taking top stars like Roman Reigns, Walter, and Cesaro to their limits. Ford competing in that gauntlet match just a few weeks ago to become #1 contender to the WWE Championship. Many people picked Montez as a dark horse pick for that matchup, thought Montez Ford might main event SummerSlam against Bobby Roode. The Street Profits making their way to the ring, looking for that first bit of gold. They've been on Raw their entire LS11 universe careers, have the Street Profits. Ford and Dawkins looking to finally capture those Raw Tag Team titles tonight. Tommaso Ciampa wins the U.S. title and gets confronted by Moose, and we come right into the Raw Tag title match. The Street Profits have to contend with a dominant tag team, though. Men who were NXT Tag Team Champions this time last year, and now find themselves as the Raw Tag Team Champions not that much later. The team of Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel, led to the ring by the ring general Walter. The team of Imperium making their way to the ring. Walter, Barthel, and Aichner make their way to the ring. It's a matchup many have waited to see. They've waited for the Street Profits to finally get that tag team title opportunity for quite some time. They're getting it tonight. The Raw Tag Team Championships are going to be on the line. Introducing the challengers, the team of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits. All business tonight for the Profits. And their opponents. They are the Raw Tag Team Champions, representing Imperium, Marcel Barthel, and Fabian Aichner. Barthel and Aichner versus Ford and Dawkins. It's going down at SummerSlam. Are we about to have new Raw Tag Team Champions, or does the dominant reign continue
Eichner and Dawkins starting a spear from Dawkins. I was gonna say it's a bold strategy not starting with Ford is where I was going with that, but I was about 5 words too early. Dawkins. Normally Ford starts the matches off, but this time the Street Profits have swapped it up and Angelo Dawkins is starting it off as Eichner sends him off the ropes, and Eichner, no, connects with Dawkins. Uppercut from Angelo Dawkins. And Angelo Dawkins with a right hand. But I think it's also a smart strategy. It throws Imperium off. They probably were studying and preparing for Montez Ford to start this matchup off. And they've seen Montez Ford has been the one breaking out on his own these last few months. And so they weren't prepared for Angelo Dawkins. And it's probably good for the Profits to do this as well, because Angelo Dawkins, while Montez Ford has been shining on his own for these last few months, people have forgotten and have started discounting Angelo Dawkins and his abilities. As Dawkins gets thrown in the corner, he dodges Fabian Eichner. Dawkins spins around and Angelo Dawkins takes him down. Angelo Dawkins now picking up Fabian Eichner. Right hook connects and again puts him in the ropes. Dawkins now with Eichner off the ropes. Dawkins, no, Eichner kicking out the knees. Fabian Eichner kicks out the knees of Angelo Dawkins. And Eichner now grabs him. And Fabian Eichner rolls him through. Oh, he's got him up. Has him up for a singular powerbomb. Falls back with him. And now Eichner picking up Dawkins. Fabian Eichner with Angelo Dawkins. Throws him into the corner. Tag made. Marcel Barthel tagged in. And there's a double axe handle. Right hook from Angelo Dawkins. Now Dawkins firing back. Angelo Dawkins, look at the strength here with a spine buster. Dawkins now picking him up to his feet. There's a jab. In front of the one. Counter from Barthel. Barthel with a right hook. Oh, and a double punch from Imperium. They both punched him almost simultaneously. Drop kick from Marcel Barthel. There's another kick. Barthel now turning over Dawkins. Barthel pulling back on the neck of Angelo Dawkins. Pulling back on the neck as Dawkins trying to fight freeze in this bulldog choke. He manages to fight out of it though. Angelo Dawkins forearm strike. Dawkins went for another chop, punches him. And now Barthel grabs him. Barthel throws Dawkins in the corner. Angelo Dawkins has really been isolated for this one as there's a sunset flip from Barthel. Dawkins has been isolated for so much of this matchup. Ford wants the tag, but Barthel is going to cut it off by kicking Dawkins down. Angelo Dawkins grabs him, rolls him through. Into a cover. One. No. Right hook connects now, and now drop kick from Marcel Barthel. Dawkins now pulling himself into the ropes again. It seems like Dawkins is getting gassed. He needs to make that tag to Montez Ford as soon as he can. And now he's picking him up, but Angelo Dawkins now with a clothesline. He's getting that opening. He needs to go make that tag to Ford. Dawkins, he can't be too concerned with trying to do this himself. He's got to tag Ford. As there's an uppercut from Barthel into a cover. 1, 2, no. Montez Ford's there for the save. Fabian Eichner throws Montez Ford over the top rope. And now Barthel calling up Angelo Dawkins. Barthel looking to put down Dawkins, tries to grab him. Dawkins fighting back. Angelo Dawkins. Oh. Hurricane Rana from Marcel Barthel. And now Barthel right back into the choke. Right back into the choke. Trying to choke out Angelo Dawkins again. Angelo Dawkins. He's got to get out of it, and he does. He manages to slip free. Dawkins. Oh, he tries to grab him, but Barthel again cuts him off. And Barthel with a clothesline. Tag made to Fabian Eichner. Montez Ford, he's begging. He's pleading for Dawkins to wake up and tag him, but Dawkins is not moving. Angelo Dawkins is down and out at the moment. Kicking him while he's down now is Fabian Eichner. He turns him over, and Fabian Eichner, no, Dawkins rolls out of the ring. Dawkins grabs him, and Angelo Dawkins takes him down. Dawkins back into the ring now. Angelo Dawkins right hand to the back. Angelo Dawkins with a punch. Angelo Dawkins has him down now, and Fabian Eichner now. Eichner throws him into the corner. Fabian Eichner grabs him now. Angelo Dawkins turns it around. Dawkins has him down. Angelo Dawkins pops him up. And a bulldog! Now you've got the opening. Make the tag. No, Walter! Walter, normally Imperium play by the rules because they think the mat is sacred, but Walter getting blatantly involved there and distracting Dawkins. Oh, but tag's made! Montez Ford is in!
Spine Buster! Frog Splash! The Street Profits cover, but Walter again, distracting the referee. And Angelo Dawkins trying to get his hands on Walter. Montez Ford now with a suplex to Fabian Aichner. Montez Ford is in and he's coming in like a fireball. Like a house of fire springing around the ring. Montez Ford with a kick. And again, here comes Ford. Montez Ford picking him up to his feet, and Montez with a chop. And again, here goes Montez Ford, chopped by Fabian Aichner. And now Aichner with Ford into the corner. Nobody home. Montez Ford out of the way. Right hand from Ford. Montez Ford now turns him around. Ford pops him up for a back body drop, taking him down. And Walter again. Walter is getting desperate. I don't think we've ever seen Imperium get this desperate. Walter has slid a chair into the ring, and Montez Ford grabs it, and the referee, I think Ford was going to throw it at Walter, but the referee decides to get rid of it instead. The referee getting it out of the ring. Elbow drop from Montez Ford to Fabian Aichner. Ford now coming up the ropes again. Double axe handle. Montez Ford is on fire now, and Montez Ford now countered from Fabian Aichner, who hits him with a Hurricane Rana. Turning him over now is Fabian Aichner, and Aichner with a stomp to the arm. Fabian Aichner getting fired up now. Turns him over, and Fabian Aichner grabbing Montez Ford. Fabian Aichner with a gut-wrench suplex to Montez Ford. And now Aichner grabs him, but Ford finds the counter. Montez Ford. No, Fabian Aichner grabs him, and Aichner throws him in the corner. Oh, nobody home. Montez, backslide for the win. 1, 2, no. Marcel Barthel breaks it up. Angelo Dawkins in the ring now. Dawkins, suplex. Ford. Oh, now Walter. Oh, and Aichner. Running power bomb. Montez Ford, or Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins, power slam to Walter. And now Montez Ford. Neckbreaker to Fabian Aichner. Montez Ford. Oh, Walter just shrugged it off. Ford. Air Ford went for an elbow. Nobody home. Fabian Aichner picking him up. Aichner kicks him in the ribs. Aichner gonna go for another power bomb. Montez Ford punching his way out of it. Ford gets out of it. And now Montez Ford kicks him in the ribs, and Ford pulls him in. Montez Ford. DDT. A big DDT. And now Montez Ford picking Fabian Aichner back up to his feet. Montez, whoa, rolls him through. Cover. No, rope break. Goes for a kick. And Fabian Aichner takes out the leg. Aichner clotheslines him into the corner. And now Fabian Aichner picks him up, but Fabian Aichner gets pushed away. Went for a forearm strike. Aichner with a forearm now. Fabian Aichner now with Montez. Puts him in the corner. Oh no, tag made. Tag made. Here we go. They're going to go for Imperium Bomb. Wait a minute, Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins makes the save. Angelo Dawkins makes the save. Saves this matchup for the Street Profits. Oh! Ford out of the way of the fist drop from Barthel. Montez Ford with a forearm. Ford. No, Fabian Aichner with a punch to the face. Marcel Barthel up in the ropes. Montez Ford surrounded on all sides by Imperium. Fires back and takes out Aichner. Ford now grabbing Barthel with a back body drop, takes him down. And now Montez Ford. Here we go. He's in enemy territory. He's going up. Montez Ford. Looking to end it. Ford. No. Barthel getting up to his feet. Ford says, screw it. Hits a crossbody. Aichner pulls himself back up on the apron now, and Montez Ford. Oh, now Walter in his face. Walter in the face of Montez Ford. Ref, get him out of here. He's been interfering in the match blatantly the whole time.
Oh, he gets caught with a drop kick now from Barthel, thanks to the well-timed distraction of the ring general. Elbow drop from Barthel. And now Barthel picking up Montez Ford. Uppercut. Marcel Barthel. Cover. 1, 2, no, Ford kicks out as Dawkins was trying to come make the save, but Eichner was there to cut him off. Now for a right hand, turns him around. Full Nelson, plants him in the mat. Oh, this submission move, this submission stretch is how Imperium kept those titles in NXT when they were the NXT Tag Champions, but Montez Ford rolled out of it. Ford, running forearm. Montez Ford going up to the top. He knows he's in enemy territory. He's got to move fast. Montez Ford, frog splash. Cover. Oh, come on. Come on. That is complete and utter bullshit. Imperium blatantly cheating again. Montez Ford now picking Marcel Barthel back up. Ford throws him in the corner. Tag made to Dawkins. And now the Street Profits. What are they thinking? Oh, Ford eggs him on, ducks him. Montez Ford grabs the legs. Angelo Dawkins springboards over him. And now Dawkins picking up Barthel. Angelo Dawkins with a forearm. You know Dawkins has got to be livid that Imperium have cheated so blatantly so many times in this matchup. And now Barthel throws him in the corner. No, Dawkins out of the way. Dawkins, he's got to be fresh at this point as he goes for a reverse power slam to take out Barthel. Barthel trying to tag Eichner, but Dawkins says, I don't think so. Angelo Dawkins taking him down, and Angelo Dawkins, here we go, into a jumping neck breaker. Taking him down now is Dawkins. He picks him back up to his feet. Goes for a punch, kick to the ribs. Barthel spun around by Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins with a kick to the ribs. Angelo Dawkins now nobody home. Marcel Barthel with a kick. All Dawkins catches the leg, spins him around again. Angelo Dawkins takes him down. Angelo Dawkins with a takedown. Picks him back up to his feet now, and Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins, what's he thinking here? Angelo Dawkins. Another takedown, gutbuster that time. And now Barthel getting picked back up to his feet. Angelo Dawkins. Whoa, Marcel Barthel gets out of the way and takes out the arm. Going up to the arm now of Angelo Dawkins. Dawkins now getting back up to his feet. Angelo Dawkins. Oh, dumps Marcel Barthel out of the ring. Dawkins now follows him to the outside. Angelo Dawkins picking up Marcel Barthel to his feet. Angelo Dawkins grabs him. No, Marcel throws him back into the ring. And now Marcel Barthel. No, countered. Angelo Dawkins gets caught with the uppercut. Marcel Barthel, what's he thinking now? Barthel grabs him. No, Dawkins kicks out the knee. Angelo Dawkins grabs him. Back body drop. Now Dawkins takes out Fabian Eichner. Grabs Marcel Barthel, throws him in the corner. Tag made. All of Imperium are down. Spine buster. Frog splash. Cover. 1, 2. Street Profits are tag team champions. The Street Profits win the gold at SummerSlam. The Street Profits are tag team champions. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, your new Raw Tag Team Champions. But the playing field just got so much bigger, because as of tomorrow, New Day, Subculture, The Hunt, and more start making their way to Monday Night Raw. We got more coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Well, hang on a minute.
Now, Omos, you're probably wondering why I asked you to come out here with me in front of the entire WWE Universe, and that is because I am the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, as you all know. But I wanted to congratulate you, my bodyguard, on your first ever championship win, becoming hardcore champion. But in your contract of being my bodyguard, in your terms of service, it does say that any and all championships you win while in my service must be forfeited to me. So, big guy, I'm gonna need you to hand that championship over and head to the back so I can celebrate, alright?
Well, Omos having to comply. Miz, the new hardcore champion via forfeit. Come on! Omos goes to the back, and the Miz, the 8th hardcore championship change of the night. And it seems that's probably going to be the final one, because the main event is up next. Miz Subway. Who's that? Is that? Oh my god! Oh my god! Miz, look out! That's Santino! Santino Marella is here! Miz, you've invoked the wrath. Cobra! The Cobra Strike! Santino Marella! Santino is champion! What is my life? Santino Marella just became hardcore champion! Your winner and the new hardcore champion, the Milan Miracle, Santino Marella. Santino Marella makes his triumphant return to WWE tonight. Santino in the 9th hardcore title change of the night. Santino Marella, the greatest hardcore champion of all the times, celebrating like he just won the main event of WrestleMania. Santino Marella is hardcore champion. What is my life? And for those that might have picked the number 9 in Masters of the LS11 Universe, congratulations. But now it's time for things to get serious. Now it's time for the main event. This is it. 1 year in the making. The longest WWE Championship reign is put on the line tonight as Cesaro, the man who fought through the gauntlet, the man who challenged Bobby Roode at Vengeance and only just barely lost. And many people say if Cesaro had one more shot at Roode, he would be the one to end the reign. Tonight, that's going to happen. Cesaro is going to challenge one last time for the WWE Championship. The Swiss Cyborg, the Swiss Superman, the King of Swing. Cesaro is here. But, ladies and gentlemen, 365 days later, your WWE Champion. And talk about an entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, the glorious Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode descending into the arena. Bobby Roode. Let's take a look back at the names in the last 365 days who have challenged him and lost in this championship reign. Finn Balor, Matt Riddle, Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, Apollo Crews, Buddy Murphy, El Generico, Seth Rollins, Keith Lee, Bronson Reed, Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Tommaso Ciampa, Big E, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. It has been a very eventful year for Bobby Roode, to say the least. That is saying the very least. Bobby Roode making his way to the ring tonight, the glorious WWE Champion. A man who has not been defeated on pay-per-view since Battleground Season 2. That was over a year ago. A man who in the last 365 days has lost 3 singles matches. And that is it. And every one of those victories has an asterisk by it. Or every one of those losses in the case of Roode. Bobby Roode, the WWE Champion, making his way to the ring tonight. You want a big fight feel? This is the big fight feel. 365 days ago, he won this championship. 1 year later, he main events SummerSlam again with the same championship reign. Bobby Roode, one of the greatest competitors to ever step foot into the LS11 Universe ring. The glorious one. Bobby Roode, he's ready. It's time for the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest scheduled for one fall is for the WWE Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Zurich, Switzerland, weighing in at 245 pounds, Cesaro. And introducing the champion from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in tonight at 242 pounds. He is the longest reigning WWE Champion, the glorious Bobby Roode. Roode hands the championship over. Our main event starts now, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a hell of a night here at SummerSlam so far. So without any further ado, here we go. They lock up. Roode grabs the waist. Cesaro trying to fight free, but Roode wrenches in on the waist. Roode takes him down. Bobby Roode has him in a waist lock on the mat now. Cesaro fights back up to his feet, turns it around into a waist lock, a standing waist lock now. Bobby Roode finds the counter into a chin lock. And Roode wrenches back on the neck of Cesaro and a knee into the back. Down he goes now. Right hook knocks him into the corner. Goes for it again, but a right hook now from Cesaro. And now Cesaro firing back. Rolling forearm grounds the champion. And now Cesaro picking Bobby Roode back up to his feet. Cesaro went for a boot. Roode grabs Cesaro. Bobby Roode drops him. And now Roode picking Cesaro back up to his feet. Bobby Roode kicks him in the ribs. Roode taking him down now. And Bobby Roode jumping neck breaker. There's another kick. Bobby Roode's got him down. Roode kicking Cesaro. Cesaro trying to get back to his feet. Roode gets knocked away. Cesaro swatting away the leg. Cesaro with a right hook. And again, Cesaro firing away. This is an absolute slugfest going on in the early parts here. As Roode's got Cesaro. Cesaro backflips out of it. Cesaro scoops him up, and Cesaro exploder suplex. And there's another kick. Cesaro with a kick to the back. Now he picks up Bobby Roode. Cesaro with a chop and a forearm strike. Cesaro now puts Roode in the corner, into the ropes. Cesaro, here we go. Off the ropes. Cesaro, uppercut to Bobby Roode. And now Cesaro picking Bobby Roode back up to his feet. Cesaro, right hook. And went for another one. Bobby Roode kicks him in the ribs. And now Roode, clothesline to Cesaro, takes him down. There's another kick. Roode's got him down. Cesaro back to his feet. Cesaro, right hand from Roode. And now Roode has Cesaro. Bobby Roode takes out the legs. Bobby Roode. Oh my goodness, Roode. Figure 4. Figure 4 leg lock is in from Roode. Bobby Roode has the leg lock in. The figure 4 is in. Cesaro. Oh, Cesaro reverses the pressure. And Roode grabs the ropes and breaks the hold. And now Roode and Cesaro, both men stagger their feet. Cesaro with an uppercut. And Cesaro kicks him in the ribs. Roode back to his feet. Roode caught with a right hand. Cesaro again firing back. Cesaro's got him down. And now Cesaro grabs him into a German suplex, into a cover. Roode. 1. No, Cesaro doesn't get him there. And Cesaro picks up Bobby Roode, and Cesaro with Bobby Roode into the corner. Uppercut from Cesaro. Cesaro now picking Roode back up to his feet. Cesaro goes for a jab. Roode counters. Roode grabs Cesaro. Bobby Roode throws him off the ropes. Roode ducks him. And now Bobby Roode scoops him up. Cesaro counters. Cesaro pushes him away. And Cesaro with a right hook attempt. Roode finds the counter. Bobby Roode takes down Cesaro. Cesaro now rolls under the bottom rope. Cesaro pulling himself back up onto the apron. Roode now follows Cesaro to the apron. And Roode goes for a right hand. Cesaro counters. Cesaro staggers the champion. Cesaro going to the top rope. Cesaro crossbody for the win, for the title. 1, 2, no. Roode gets the shoulders up again. And now Cesaro with a kick to the back of Bobby Roode. Kicking him again. Roode picking Cesaro back up to his feet, and Bobby Roode right-handed now, knocking him back, countered. Roode knocks back Cesaro. Cesaro gets kicked in the ribs. Bobby Roode has him down, and now Roode punches him. Roode, spine buster from the champion. Cesaro's down. Roode has Cesaro down. Bobby Roode. Cesaro now pulling himself towards the ropes. Cesaro pulling himself towards the ropes. Pulls himself into the corner. And now Roode kicks him in the ribs. Glorious DDT connects. 1, 2, no! Cesaro kicked out at 1. What now for Bobby Roode? What now? He just his best shot and Cesaro kicked out at 1. Roode trying to figure out what to do next. Spear! No, Cesaro jumps him. Cesaro goes for a chop. Scoops up Roode overhead. Drops him on his knee. Oh, and Cesaro and Roode both ducking out of the ring. Roode dodging the attempted uppercut. Oh, and Roode, he finds old Reliable. Roode's got the chair. That chair has gotten him out of so many pinches against the likes of Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan in the past. Cesaro with a DDT. And now Cesaro. Oh, the referee sees the chair and gets it out of the ring. And now Cesaro goes for a right hand. Roode counters. Roode, spear to Cesaro. And now Roode, spear to the ref. Oh, no, 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 no. I've seen this one before. I've seen this ending before. Damn you, Roode. Not again. Not tonight. Cesaro staggering. Roode. Chair shot. This is just how he always does it. Every time the going gets tough, he takes out the ref, he gets the chair, and he pummels his opponents for the win. Roode gets rid of the evidence as the ref staggers back to his feet, and now Roode. Roode, it's over. Glorious DDT. It's over. 1, 2, oh my God! What? Cesaro kicked out! Cesaro kicked out! The oldest trick in Roode's book failed! Cesaro fights back! Right hook connects! And another! Cesaro! German suplex! Picks Roode back up! Tries to suplex him, tries to body slam him. Roode with a reverse DDT. And now Roode picking up Cesaro. Roode, gut punch. Tries to spinebuster him. Cesaro with a headbutt. Cesaro, European uppercut. Dishing out a bit of Swiss death. And Cesaro saying, let's do it. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Neutralizer. Looking to neutralize the year-long reign. 2, no. Nearly got him. Cesaro kicks Roode in the legs. Working over the legs now. Cesaro potentially trying to soften him up for the sharpshooter. Cesaro's got the legs. We haven't seen this in a long time. We're going swinging in the SummerSlam main event. The Cesaro swing to Bobby Roode. The Cesaro swing into a sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is in. Roode scratching and clawing for the ropes. Cesaro trying to tap him out. Roode trying to get his second wind about him. Roode nearly to the ropes. Roode manages to slide out of it. But Roode's on weak legs now. Cesaro gets caught. Cesaro backflips. Cesaro grabbing Bobby Roode. Throws him in the corner. Cesaro turning around the champ. Cesaro now. Cesaro's got him in the corner. Cesaro grabs him, and Cesaro with Roode scoops him up. Cesaro drops him head first into the turnbuckle. Pulls him in. Straight jacket. And a power bomb. And now what for Cesaro? He grabs Roode again. Cesaro goes for another uppercut, but Roode pushes him away. Roode dumps him out of the ring. Dumping Cesaro out of the ring. Cesaro back to his feet now. Roode grabs Cesaro by the back of the head. Head first off the apron. And now Roode picks Cesaro up again. Roode takes him down, and Bobby Roode jumping neck breaker. Roode gets Cesaro back up to his feet, and Bobby Roode throws him back into the ring. Cesaro managed to avoid the attack on the apron. Cesaro goes for a kick. Roode with a clothesline. Clobbers him. There's another kick. And again, Bobby Roode's got him down. Cesaro takes out the legs. And now Roode escapes under the bottom rope. Cesaro saying, let's do this. Tells Roode, get back in the ring. And Roode's going to comply. Roode is going out swinging. Another European uppercut from Cesaro. And now Cesaro grabs the legs. Oh my god. Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter's in again. Center of the ring. Roode is writhing in pain. He's got nowhere to go. No ropes to save. Oh my god. It's over. Roode tapped. 365 days and it comes crashing down. 365 days comes crashing down. The reign, the historic reign of Bobby Roode has finally come to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. Your winner and new WWE Champion, Cesaro. What a hell of a SummerSlam it's been. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion. Becky Lynch is back. The return of the man. We have had 9 hardcore title changes. The first ever Grand Slam champion, Tommaso Ciampa. The debut of Moose. And the opening of the Forbidden Door. But most importantly, most historically, the reign of Bobby Roode has come to an end at the hands of Cesaro. Thank you all for watching tonight. Until next time, I've been Xander. And that was Universe.